A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a heated exchange that highlights the ongoing tensions in international politics, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy has strongly rebuffed claims made by former U.S. President Donald Trump regarding his popularity in the situation in Ukraine. Trump's comments came during a press conference at his Mar-a-Lago estate in Florida, where he asserted that Zelenskyy's approval rating had plummeted to a mere 4%. This statement sparked immediate backlash from the Ukrainian leader, who described Trump's remarks as a product of disinformation. Zelenskyy pointed to a December 2024 poll conducted by the Kyiv International Institute of Sociology, which indicated that he enjoys a favorability rating of 52%. During a press conference held in Kyiv, Zelenskyy addressed Trump's claims directly, stating, "If someone wants to replace me right now, then right now it won't work." He emphasized that the narrative suggesting his low approval was an attempt to undermine his leadership, likely fueled by Russian propaganda. The context of Trump's comments is significant, especially given the backdrop of recent U.S.-Russia talks in Saudi Arabia, which Ukraine was notably excluded from. These discussions have raised concerns in Kyiv and among its European allies about the potential sidelining of Ukraine in peace negotiations. Zelenskyy criticized Trump's assertion that Ukraine should hold new presidential elections, arguing that it was not only misleading but also an attempt to delegitimize his presidency amid ongoing conflict with Russia. President Trump, unfortunately, is living in this disinformation space, Zelenskyy said, acknowledging the support he has received from the U.S. but expressing disappointment at the former president's remarks. The tension escalated as Trump, in a follow-up statement, labeled Zelenskyy a dictator without elections, further complicating the diplomatic landscape. In the wake of these developments, Zelenskyy proposed conducting opinion polls to gauge the trust ratings of world leaders, including Trump, as a means to counter the misinformation being spread. Meanwhile, the geopolitical situation remains precarious, with Russia launching a significant missile and drone attack on Ukraine shortly after the U.S.-Russia talks concluded. The Ukrainian Air Force reported that 167 drones and 2 ballistic missiles were launched, with a substantial number intercepted. Zelenskyy condemned the attacks, highlighting the ongoing threat to civilian infrastructure, particularly during the harsh winter months. For nearly 3 years now, the Russian army has relentlessly used missiles and attack drones against them, he stated, underscoring the urgency of international support for Ukraine. The former president's comments have sparked a debate about the U.S.'s role in the conflict and the nature of its support for Ukraine. Trump has previously suggested that Ukraine should negotiate with Russia, claiming that he could have made a deal to end the war had he been in office. Zelenskyy, however, firmly rejected this notion, stating that the war began with Russia's full-scale invasion in February 2022 and that any suggestion that Ukraine could have avoided the conflict is a distortion of reality. As the situation continues to evolve, Zelenskyy remains focused on securing the necessary military support from Western allies, particularly in terms of air defense systems. He emphasized that Ukraine requires a robust military presence backed by Western weapons to ensure its sovereignty and security in the face of ongoing aggression from Russia. The Ukrainian president's remarks reflect a broader concern about the implications of U.S. foreign policy on the ground in Ukraine and the need for a unified response to Russian aggression. With the backdrop of ongoing hostilities and the potential for further escalation, the international community watches closely as both Trump and Zelenskyy navigate this complex political landscape. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.